get a lot of traffic to our site on embarrassing problems, including stress incontinence. So let's talk about why women are getting it and what can be done about it. So first, what's going on? Why are these poor women suffering?
Well, you're right. It's more often women than men because the pelvic contents are different, particularly if you've had childbirth. Things get rearranged, number one. Number two, because the bladder is closer to the outside world, if you will, shorter urethra, you're more vulnerable to having microorganisms come up into the bladder, which makes the bladder more sensitive, typically yeasts and molds. Thirdly, the operation of the pelvis is one of those things in the body that's under semi-conscious control. So there's a certain amount that's going on in the background that we can kind of leverage, but we can't really completely control as well as we would want to. The valve structure that controls the urine exiting the bladder is one of those things that is under dual ownership, if you will, the subconscious and the conscious control areas. And so what we can do to help with the stress incontinence is to improve not only the condition within the bladder itself, but also the subconscious oversight of those valves.
All right, so now let's translate that.
Okay.
There were organisms. So part of it is we had children, we got rearranged. Can't
Right.
do anything about that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but what can we do then to offset that? So you're saying that there are some physical things we can do to control?
Yeah, there are. The physical things that we can do, first is Kegel exercises, okay? Exercising those valves consciously to help with resetting the normal tone that can go on subconsciously to allow the urine to be held in the bladder more efficiently.
So basic as the same as we do sit-ups, we do Kegels.
Right. And you tighten, release.
Mm-hmm.
You sit down on the toilet. You can play the different games with that, exercise the muscles. Another thing that's very good is inverted postures in yoga, okay? What does this do? This allows the pelvic contents to fall up, if you will, in the body, which increases the circulation. You increase the circulation, you help with the health of the tissue.
So a daily headstand?
Well, I don't know about headstands. Shoulder stands are
Right.
usually safer. Headstands, a little bit more of an advanced kind of posture.
I don't know, they're all advanced to me.
Yeah, right. Well, one of the things that you can take supplementally that can help to keep the organisms out of the bladder is the trace mineral selenium. It can be very useful in helping to improve immune function so that these critters are scooted out.
So there's a low level, it may not be a full-on urinary tract infection, there may not be a full-on yeast infection, but what you're saying is there are organisms that might be there and creating some discomfort for the tissues.
Right. It makes the tissue more vulnerable to experiencing leaks, contracting more quickly, so-called OAB. We love to name diseases with cute little reduced names so it becomes less threatening. And remember that organisms like yeasts and molds that grow up into the urinary tract and make the urinary tract, including the bladder, more vulnerable to having bacteria climb up from the outside because the lining of the urinary tract is not quite as slippery as it would be otherwise.
All right, so selenium just on an ongoing basis.
Yeah.
All righty, great. Thanks so much, Andy.
Sure.
If you liked what you saw today, we have more videos with Dr. Rubman at our website. He also writes a blog for us, Nature Doc's Patient Diary. So come visit bottomlineinc.com and share. Share with your friends on Facebook, Twitter, whatever's your preference.